Why do we love zombies so much? Well, I can only speak for myself, but I think it's a combination of 3 or potentially more things. Number 1, they have a slow, menacing movement to them, which makes them a very tempting target for an itchy trigger finger like mine. Number 2, they're not sentient, or I don't think they have any sort of consciousness, so wiping out hordes of them doesn't make me feel extremely guilty. Also, the fact that they don't exist helps. And number 3, wandering a zombie-filled wasteland like this means that there is danger lurking in every corner. So even the most routine scavenging run can be fraught with danger and excitement. And that is essentially where we are now. This is the wasteland of Arizona Sunshine, a little bit of an older VR game, a little bit of an older VR zombie shooter, because there are a lot of them, but fun nonetheless. I open this from time to time because yeah, it's fun. And this is the Horde mode. We have this small camp area which we have to defend, although we're really defending ourselves more than the area because there's not much here. And the perimeter is marked by these planks of wood. And we start off with a very limited amount of supplies, a Beretta and an M1 carbine. So I'm going to get started, and I can keep talking while we start to defend. I'm going to hang out over here in this corner. This is where I like to sit most of the time because that means we only have 270 degrees to defend as opposed to 360. So they come on pretty slow in wave 1. You do get a fair amount of ammunition, so I don't have to be that particular with my shots. Although in this game, they do take a lot more damage from the head. I mean, that's a one-hit kill as opposed to trying to hit them in the stomach or the limbs, which is, I don't know, maybe 3? Let's give it a shot. That was 4. 3 body hits and 1 to the arm. So I'm just taking out those large explosive barrels now to kind of make things easier for me while I try and explain things. They do respawn eventually, but you have to be careful because you want to use them. I knew I could hear you behind me, but I wasn't seeing you. But you want to use those strategically so that you have them when you need them. Kind of like pace them out throughout the match. Now, I know you guys are seeing my left eye mirror, so things aren't lining up, but rest assured that they are for me. So one little quirk to this game is that when you eject a mag, you pretty much lose that ammunition unless you pick up that partially full magazine or maybe completely full magazine, depending on how well you can manage your ammunition. And that is one of the main difficulties with defending here. I'm going to have a lot of ammo later on, enough to keep me going, but you will see, let's see, she had a motocross helmet, so I had to go for body shots. Those are oddly invincible. Interesting. Okay, this guy here, he is kind of neat, I guess. He's got some of these crusty bits on him. At no point is that really explained in the campaign, but you quickly find that what that means is he's basically got armor. So if I try and shoot him in the head, it's doing pretty much nothing. I'm going to have to pop that little bit of crustiness off before I can do any solid damage to him. So this last guy here, I'm going to take out and then run really quickly to try and get some of this ammo. I think some more spawns right at the beginning. I'm going to get that too, and then head back over. And I heard some, not screeching, whatever you would call that, which means there are some quick zombies a-coming. Not too many, though. But you can get overwhelmed quickly, because if you don't hit those headshots, you're going to spend a lot of ammunition trying to deal with them. That's one of their zombie defense tactics, that arm raising, which makes them a little bit more difficult to kill, especially like this guy. I don't know what's happening with him. That was very strange. I thought I killed all of the crustiness, but he kept coming in. So we'll grab that ammunition. A little bit of an annoying bit about this game is that you can't drop weapons. You can hold a total of 4, 1 in each hand and 1 on each side of your belt. And if you want to pick up a new one, you have to just switch it out. Now, when you have to pick up partially empty mags or full mags, you're going to have to just use your fully used hand. So I can just use that gun hand and pick that up. Interesting bit that I've noticed from playing this game is that I use the sights less and less and feel, partially because there is a screen door effect to VR. So looking down the sights is difficult unless you're really up close to it like this, which I guess could be interesting for you guys. Now, I felt like those were both headshots. Let me know what you guys think, because I noticed this in the apocalyptic mode as well, which I was playing. And apocalyptic mode is difficult because it's a one-hit death to you, and there is also extremely limited ammunition around. And I mean, like, if you miss twice in the first level, you might not win. And that's something I had early on when I played the game when it first came out. But I learned later that you can kill zombies with things. So I went around the first level again, this time after the patch, which actually they gave us a little bit more ammunition, and try to get as many kills as possible with objects. So if I hit him in the head, he will die. Problem is, they stumble about, and the throwing mechanic isn't perfect. And occasionally you have something like that happen, where you got me down to 82. So I do recover a little bit of health. Yeah, take that can to the head. Pretty anticlimactic, right? So you got me down to 82. When you're at 50, you recover health back up to 50%. But below that, you know, I'm not getting a lot of help. So now that we have a break after wave number 5, I'm going to pick up some ammunition, and I can tell you I picked up a revolver, and we might as well grab this, I think it's an FAL or a G3. I don't know, they all look the same to me. I should know this. I'm like the VR gun person. I mean, I'm not the VR gun person, but that's a thing that I do. I prefer to just go handguns. When you have these longer rifles, you can hold them with 2 hands. Thought I heard someone coming. But the problem is you have these 2 points of contact if you use them the way that they want you to, and that makes them a bit harder to aim. Because with the one hand, you can just point, shoot. I don't think she actually got me there. Maybe that's another benefit of this strange corner. That ooh, thank you. Apparently that got through the face crust, whatever you want to call it. So I know that even though I have a shot at her flesh, that not hitting that means she won't go down. So I'm going to try just one shot to the crust with this revolver and see if she goes down. Oh, yes! Finally, a reason to use a more powerful revolver, or powerful handgun. I have been using the Beretta this whole time because it holds 15 rounds and is still a one-hit kill to the head for zombies. But now I apparently have a reason to use this revolver. I wish that I had some indication of how much ammunition I had, because I run... My only problem here, really, is that I end up getting into a situation where I think I have ammunition, but my guns aren't firing, and I can't really figure out why. It's pretty obvious. I mean, I'm out of ammunition, but in the heat of the moment, it's not as clear. Like right there. You know, in real life, you can feel when you're out of ammunition, and the gun kind of makes a different noise because it, you know, the bolt doesn't reciprocate, it locks back, whatever. You can definitely feel it. In this game, I have nothing. I don't have a click. I don't have a beep. I just have to notice that the slides lock back or the cylinder's open, and that really gets me into trouble. Another problem is when you have a situation like this where you have one gun with a lot of ammunition and one with more or less, that, okay, this is going to be a problem. Okay, fended that off, but left some extra ammunition on the ground, which we'll have to collect later. When I have these 2 guns with... Oh, it looks like I'm out. That's why it didn't reload. When I have these 2 guns with different amounts of ammunition, I'll go through and I'll think like, okay, boom, 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 boom. This is going to take me a second. Because there aren't that many of them. I'm out, and I'll just be thinking like, okay, why is that not working? Because this one still has ammo. And then I get like, okay, this one needs to get reloaded. And then I'm here, and this one still, oh yeah, I forgot to eject that mag and reload. You'll see that happen later on when I eventually meet my doom. But now it'll be an interesting time to talk a little bit more about the story mode. So I was doing apocalyptic mode. I'm not normally that concerned with trying to beat games on hardest settings and get achievements and whatnot. Actually, the achievement didn't even factor in. But what I did want was the golden gun. So in the apocalyptic mode, you only get one gun. You get the Desert Eagle. And that's significant because there are some areas where your character will say like, ooh, a grenade launcher. And then you open up the thing and it's empty, and you're like, all right, well, I gotta save myself from this horde with only a deagle, apparently. So after beating it, I got the golden gun, and you get that everywhere, but it doesn't appear golden until you pick it up. And I have to say, it wasn't worth it. It was a lot of work, a lot of gameplay for just a new golden skin. I'm so wasting ammo over here. Oh god, just grenade that. See right there, I had a little bit of the what am I gonna call it? Magazine trouble. It's just that initial bit that gets you into trouble. Now once I start unlocking some of the automatic rifles, I'll be a little bit better off. Now I'm just hoarding ammunition, so I don't have to worry later on about ammunition management. Ugh. See, that like jaw lower face shot is not a one-hit kill. Grab this, and then, oh, okay, the Uzi. Accidentally knocked over all those stick mags for whatever. But that's okay. The deagle doesn't make the most impressive noise. See, it's just like a high-pitched clicking. Now, I know it's stronger than the Beretta, but it doesn't really sound like it. So, Beretta, deagle. I don't know. I mean, in real life, guns don't make significantly different noises. You know, you'll just have like a really one will be louder than the next. I don't know. Maybe if you tone them down to the point where they're not all deafening. What is going on with you? This is like the sweet spot right here. Is this range where I don't really have to think about it too much. I don't have to aim down the sights. Gosh, that's annoying. Here's another one of these jerks with the helmet. I don't think you can kill that, so you just have to waste ammo. I guess showing your viewers that it doesn't work, and then putting some into their fleshy bits. Keep having to check like that. Just making sure I've got ammo. Okay, I'm going to grab the Uzi now. And it looks like I still have plenty of ammunition and grenades. Oh, okay. We got some time. What do I want? I'm going to keep the Uzi. So the M16, 3-round burst, and the SIG is also 3-round burst. That gets confusing because I have to keep track of how many clicks and how much ammunition, so I'm just going to hold on to the Uzi. It's amazing. You just spray. It uses rifle ammunition, which is strange because I believe it's 9mm. Okay, here they come. So after that wave, it is now starting to get a bit darker, which is annoying. It gets dark to the point where you can really only see with your muzzle flash. Let's open up the Uzi. Clear him out a bit. Now that's super helpful, but, you know, an entire magazine almost. So that's why I like to make sure I'm using a handgun to supplement my fully automatic weapon and not burn ammunition too quickly. So we're up to 170 kills. I think I'm still at 82 health. 53. When did I get hit? Wasn't paying attention, obviously. Oh, gosh. There we go. Oh, goodness. Let's grab some more of this because I think I'm good. Well, it's here. put it all in. I'm going to... Well, I don't really need to use this yet. Throw that over there. And some zombie bits will come flying. So right now, I know that this is empty, but I didn't really have the mental bandwidth to reload it, even though it's just a simple hitting a button and then drag it to the chest. Things get so hectic. Oddly enough, this game doesn't have great sound. I find myself turning when I hear a zombie and then finding that there's nobody there. So it's like the spatial sound isn't calibrated well. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem to work well for me. And that was especially bad in apocalyptic mode because you'll have one guy come out of nowhere and that just ends your entire level. The ammunition conservation, that really comes into play here because I'm conflicted between whether I want to keep shooting and spraying to kind of thin them out, or if I want to slow down and finish out the rest of the magazine, because ejecting that half-empty mag means that I might lose that ammunition. Now, in this situation, it's all kind of hanging out at my feet, so I don't have to worry about it. But in the middle of a fight, there could be a situation where you are out of ammunition and you don't really have time to go and pick all that up. So now I'm going to just go full because we're starting up again, and I have a little bit of a break to get that all back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, reload. Can't keep track of these at all in my left hand. Let's just reload. It's gonna be my backup gun, my shit hit the fan gun. Looks like things aren't going too quickly. Those crawlers, I think they only crawl when you take out their legs. They've gotten me more than a handful of times. Just because you're up here, you're looking at eye level, trying to go for those headshots to conserve ammunition, and then, you know, some guy will walk around one of these corners and it'll be all over for me. Oh, that little stumbling is really rough. So I have too many hand grenades. I feel like this probably looks silly. Just put them in my belly. Okay. I like the setup I have now. It's the one I'm going to stick with. This isn't my favorite handgun. Oddly enough, I like the revolver, even though it holds less ammunition. Thought he might have been a crawler for a second. And I just like to hang on to this because, oh boy, because it took me so long to get with trying to beat apocalyptic mode. Trying to hide around that corner. Yeah, you can really see that these waves start off rough, but they calm down pretty quickly. Should I switch these up? I'm going to do that. This is probably a bad call because I want to be able to conserve ammunition better, and keeping that in my dominant hand will make me more effective with the handgun. And spraying around with this isn't really important. I mean, you know, like pinpoint accuracy with my fully automatic gun. Whew. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that after thinking about it. Try and get as far as I can here. Now, unfortunately, it's just going to get a little bit darker here. How many can I hold? 5? No, more than 500. Huh. Never really looked before. Get back into my corner, and then we'll get a almost blackout. I think those were already full. But, yep, pretty dark. And as far as I know, there's not a light around here that I can use. Oh my god, I think that guy nearly killed me. Yeah, this has been rough. I know it's really hard for you guys to see, and believe it or not, it's not much easier for me to see. Whew, somehow I got a shot on him. Can barely see my iron sights. And barely see the zombies as well. Just going for body shots right now. I should be able to grab another fully automatic weapon here soon. Yes, the Kalashnikov. Or I guess the AK. I don't know why I called it that. So I'm going to throw that in my belt. Grab this ammunition. And, accidentally picked up a Beretta there. So now, for this beginning section, I'm actually going to use 2 fully automatic weapons. I don't know if they intended us to use these like this, or if they just wanted us to getting a lot of leg shots here. What I was saying, if they wanted us to use these two-handed weapons as two-handed weapons, I imagine they did, because they even called it the two-handed weapons update. What is this that I'm holding? It's not what I wanted. Where's my handgun? There it is. Now I'm just in cleanup mode. Ah, man. Ah! Goodness. I probably got down to around 20 earlier on. But that was pretty terrible. I've got a lot of fully automatic ammunition left. Just rifle ammunition. Grab a little bit more just in case and head back to my corner. Weirdly enough, I can see better right now than I could a second ago. Maybe it's just like a weird contrast between shooting and having a lot of light versus not that. So I've got extra grenades. I better use them. I don't normally have to contend with those crawlers with stuff on their heads, so that was a little disconcerting. Okay, I think maybe cleanup time. That panic mode is really unsettling when they get so close and you miss your first headshot, because your follow-up is never going to be quite as good. Plus you're getting closer, so right to be a little bit nervous. Grab this, head back. Let's go dual rifles. You know, fun thing I found out later was that PSVR actually got reflex sight with their, at least the handgun. That's something I really wish I had, because with the screen door effect in VR, which means you have a little bit of an issue with the way the lenses work in the eyepieces. With the way that works and the low-ish resolution screen, it is difficult to see something in high fidelity close up to you, like iron sights. So having a reflex sight or even a laser is pretty killer. Now, I actually burned less ammunition there than I thought I was going to. Almost back up to 400. So now I am going to grab the shotgun just for a little bit of fun. And it's a goofy little thing. I don't know what it is. It's just like a sawed-off something. Let's hold on to this too. It's pretty devastating. But it only holds, I think, 3 shots. So you have to manage that ammunition pretty carefully. But I enjoy having the shotgun because it really takes some of the pressure off of your rifle consumption during those really tense situations. My pistol ammunition is very quickly going to just max out. Oh god. That little bit of movement there is so frustrating. I equate that sort of to trying to shoot a character in a video game that has a very aggressive run cycle. So if their head bobs a lot, it's hard to really zone in on that level where it's going to be ideal for hitting that target. You know, sometimes when I say these things, I feel like a sociopath, like some sort of psychotic murderer when I talk about like why it's easier or harder to kill people. Even though, you know, it's just video games. We all know what's going on. Something that the media doesn't seem to be able to recognize, that people like us can... I thought I had a different rifle there. People like us can differentiate between a video game and real life. So it's not like that we have these urges and that we have to, you know, take them out in video games. The problem is really just this is kind of fun and we're normal people. So I'm gonna hang on to these two, make sure they're full. We are in, I don't know, I think maybe it's darker, but at least it's brighter. It's a bit bluish. Oh, he came out of nowhere. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where's my handgun? Here it is, right where it should have been. Well, I think I dropped about 250 rounds for my rifles. Probably some left here I can grab. About 200, so... I mean, I got through the round. Oh, I can get this quickly. Did I just drop a... Oh, no! Oh, get back! Take this last thing and just throw it out there. What happened to my other gun? Oh, no. Okay. This is what I need. Why did it tell me that was empty already? That doesn't really contribute to the game's difficulty. Well, I mean it does, but in sort of a bad way. In fact, sometimes you don't know how much ammunition you have. I'm shooting the legs off a lot of people, which means I'm aiming a bit low, but I want to do that to make sure the recoil is not kicking my butt. So I need that handgun back since we're in cleanup mode. Ugh, that's empty too. Looks like I have night sights on this, which is good, but it doesn't seem to be helping me much. That was a bad noise. It's like a gargling death noise. Blah, 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 blah. I think that was the end, so gotta grab this. Might as well grab the rest. Grab some of these real quick. And head back. Get my guns. We're good. I don't have any grenades left, which is a little bit upsetting. And I don't know if my Uzi has ammunition in it. And I don't want to have to find out the hard way. Oh god, that guy's like inside of me. No! I had a little pool of zombies at my feet. Oh, that's no good. I beat my high score. I got to wave 22 as opposed to wave 20, which I was at before, with a total kill count of 549, which is not bad. I was pretty stressed out at the end there. My accuracy is pretty good. I didn't beat this guy here, but 67.8. I guess that's all right. It's a little bit higher than some of the other people's, but I guess when you get up to those higher levels, You got to spray a bit more, as I was. That being said, I see the rank number 1 guy only survived 16 waves, and we have 4 waves, which leads me to believe that there's some kind of glitch going on there. Like this guy, he got a score which is orders of magnitude higher than mine, but with half the kills. So there's some foul play going on in there. But I'm not concerned. I'm going to just do my own thing. So that is the Zombie Apocalypse according to Arizona Sunshine. It's a very fun game. If you have VR, this is a must-buy, a must-play. I'm sure it's going to hit discounts soon. It's got a cool menu system. You know, if you want to do settings, you throw your characters into this old-school thing. And I mean, this isn't a reason to buy the game, but it's interesting to see how all these different games do menus because they're not two-dimensional. But I hope you enjoyed this game. I enjoy playing it. Horde mode is interesting, but unfortunately there are only 3 levels, and I really only like one of them. But it's okay. It's a lot of fun. You know, that Horde mode you can kind of play on and on and on. But for now, that's all I've got with Arizona Sunshine's Horde mode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. Please say something in the comments. I'll get back to you if I can. Love addressing your comments and hearing anything you guys have to say. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.